It was a night like any other in the world of entertainment, where the red carpet was rolled out for the stars, the cameras flashed, and the rich and powerful basked in the glow of success. But beneath the glitz and glam, one name, once synonymous with luxury and power, is now caught in a whirlwind of scandal and legal drama. Seem Diddy Combs, the music mogul who once ruled the entertainment world with his hit records, multi-million-dollar deals, and legendary parties, now finds himself facing some of the most serious charges of his career. But how did it all unravel? How did a man who was once celebrated for his entrepreneurial success and his influence in shaping the music industry become the subject of a federal investigation, ultimately leading to a string of legal battles? Let's rewind and take a deep dive into the story that has sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. The rise of a mogul. In the 1990s, when Diddy, then known as Puff Daddy, was first making a name for himself, he was the epitome of success. From founding Bad Boy Records to launching the careers of artists like Notorious Big and Maze, Diddy was more than just a music producer. He was a trendsetter, with his signature style, sharp business acumen, and larger-than-life persona. He quickly became a mogul in every sense of the word. Diddy was everywhere, in the charts, in the clubs, on the covers of magazines. He wasn't just an artist, he was an empire. And in the years that followed, he continued to expand his reach, venturing into fashion, media, and even owning the XFL, a football league. Diddy's power and influence seemed limitless. But as the saying goes, the higher you rise, the harder you fall. The charges. A dark turn. In September 2024, the world watched in disbelief as Diddy was indicted on serious federal charges. The accusations were nothing short of shocking. Sex trafficking, racketeering, and transporting individuals to engage in prostitution. The indictment alleges that Diddy used his power and influence to create a network of abuse involving the manipulation and sexual exploitation of women, and even the surreptitious recording of group sexual encounters. It wasn't just a single instance. Prosecutors claim that over the course of a decade, Diddy orchestrated a series of events where victims were coerced and manipulated into compromising positions. Some of these women, it is alleged, were forced into drug-fueled sexual encounters and even had their interactions filmed without their consent. The charges were so severe that in early 2025, Diddy found himself detained at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Despite his status and wealth, the legal system showed no mercy. The gravity of the charges made it impossible for him to secure bail, with the court citing concerns about witness tampering. The trial and the wait. As Diddy's legal team scrambled to prepare for what would undoubtedly be a high-profile trial, the world waited with bated breath. His trial was scheduled for May 5, 2025, and all eyes would be on the courtroom. Would Diddy be able to defend himself against these charges, or was this the end of his illustrious career? But it wasn't just the charges that were making headlines. In a twist that added even more intrigue to the case, in January 2025, Diddy was transported to a hospital after experiencing severe knee pain. The pain had plagued him for years, dating back to his participation in the New York City Marathon. In 2003, after undergoing an MRI, Diddy was returned to his cell later that evening. It seemed that even as he faced the potential downfall of his empire, his body was betraying him too. It was a stark reminder that despite all his fame and fortune, he was still a human being struggling with his own set of personal issues. The lawsuit, more trouble on the horizon. If things couldn't get worse for Diddy, they did. Just as his trial was looming, a new lawsuit was filed against him in early February 2025. This time, the case came from an aspiring rapper who alleged sexual battery and conspiracy. The plaintiff claimed that in 2015, Diddy had lured him with the promise of a record deal, inviting him to a VIP section of a nightclub. What followed, according to the lawsuit, was nothing short of a nightmare. The rapper claims that Diddy drugged him and assaulted him, effectively trapping him in a situation that was as exploitative as it was terrifying. This latest lawsuit only added fuel to the fire, further tainting Diddy's public image. The legal landscape for Diddy was quickly becoming a minefield, with more and more victims coming forward, each story adding weight to the charges against him. The question on everyone's mind was, how much longer could Diddy keep his empire intact in the face of such relentless legal and public scrutiny? The impact on his public image. For years, Diddy had been the embodiment of success. He was a self-made billionaire, a cultural icon, and an inspiration to millions. His influence in the music and fashion industries was unparalleled, but now his reputation was under siege. The allegations had already begun to seep into the public consciousness. Media outlets, once eager to sing his praises, now reported on every twist and turn of his legal drama. His brand was no longer invincible. The public had started to see him in a new light, not just as a mogul, but as a man accused of some of the most heinous crimes. But what does this mean for his legacy? Will Diddy ever be able to bounce back from this? Or will this be the end of the empire he worked so hard to build? The fallout from these charges will undoubtedly have far-reaching consequences. For one, his career as an entertainer and entrepreneur is now in jeopardy. Brands that once lined up to collaborate with him are now reconsidering their partnerships. The XFL, a venture that Diddy had poured millions into, may suffer a blow from which it might not recover. His influence in the music industry is also at stake. Will artists still want to work with him? Will the power and the sway that Diddy once held over the world of entertainment diminish in the wake of these accusations? And what about his personal life? The years of success and excess that once defined him have now been overshadowed by these dark allegations. His relationships, his family, his legacy, everything is at risk. The coming months will be critical. As the trial approaches, the world will be watching closely. Diddy's legal team will need to mount a fierce defense, but can they overcome the mounting evidence? Beyond the specifics of Diddy's case, there is a larger conversation about power, influence, and accountability in the entertainment industry. Diddy's case is just one example of how fame and fortune can sometimes shield individuals from the consequences of their actions. But as the case unfolds, it serves as a reminder that no one, no matter how powerful or influential, is above the law. The entertainment industry has long been criticized for enabling bad behavior, turning a blind eye to the misdeeds of the powerful. But as the #MeToo movement and other efforts to hold individuals accountable for their actions have gained momentum, we are seeing a shift in how these cases are handled. Diddy's legal battle is part of that shift, a reckoning that will have far-reaching implications for the industry as a whole. Diddy's future is uncertain, with mounting allegations that could be irreversible. As his trial approaches, the question remains, will he clear his name and rebuild his empire? Or will this be the end of his reign in the entertainment world? One thing's for sure, his story isn't over. The case will continue to captivate the public, raising crucial questions about power and accountability in the industry. What are your thoughts? Will Diddy bounce back or face downfall? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates.